Okay, so previously we had graphs where we either drew multiple lines or multiple bars. And here we're going to actually combine a line and a bar. The idea is it just gives a little bit more emphasis and maybe makes the comparison a little clearer. But yeah, just see what you think about that. So we've seen this sales data quite often for other things, but I've added two columns. The one is the product E goal. So we have a product E, and we have like a monthly goal for that product. And the idea of this analysis is we want to see how well we're doing versus our goal. And there's also kind of another column here, which is the percentage of goal we've met, which is just literally the product we've sold over our goal, and then just right click it. I'll just show you the formatting, and it's just formatted as a percentage. So, but with the first one, all we're going to do is compare the product sales versus the goal. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select the data. Now, because the columns are not next to each other, the ones I'm selecting, just make sure you have Control pressed down and then select your second two columns. So kind of select the column, make sure Control is down, and then select the two columns so you don't lose the first column. I'll go to the charts, but we're going to go back to all charts, and there's a combo. And this is kind of actually what we wanted. We wanted product E on the clustered column and product E goal on the line, but we could actually swap these around if we wanted to. We could make that a line and we could make this a column. But this is the default and this is what we want. So this is actually okay. Just see what other options we have. Just slightly differing charts. We could have an area. And then we could kind of have a custom combination. But let's just stick with the, again, when I do these things and you have the data, you just play around with them a little bit. So we've got that, click OK. And then that chart's actually pretty good to go. It's ready to roll. So this will be product e-sales versus goal. And we don't really need to do that. Let's just add the start elements. Just put sales and then add the element. Doesn't really matter. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And you can just play around with the different layouts. Some have numbers, some don't have numbers. You could have the data table and things. So again, just play around with these different options. That's quite a nice one. Okay, and that's pretty much the chart. Now the next one we're going to produce is we're going to do something similar, but this time we're going to do the month, and we're going to compare product E with the percentage of the goal. So we're just going to plot what's our percentage. Now the thing is here, before product E and product E goal were on the same scale, but this time they're on different scales. So this time go to, again, insert, do the same as before. Now you look at this graph here and you'll see that the percentage goal is at 0 because it's on the same axis, but the scale's a lot smaller. So percentage goal, click secondary axis, which gives it a second axis, which actually shows on its, it means it shows kind of on the same scale because now it's on a different axis. Now sometimes some people don't like this because it's two axes can sometimes clutter things, but I think here it actually looks okay. And one thing I just want to point out, I've added the title. Is now when we add the kind of the axes, so add chart element, axes titles, primary vertical is the sales. And we've also, you see now, because we've got a secondary axis, we've got two additional things. So secondary vertical, I'm going to add percent goal achieved percent. It's hard to do this sideways. Let's remove that. Percent goal achieved. And then month. And then we could play around and mess around with it as per the other graphs. But that's pretty much it. It just, again, it allows you, if you've got quantities on different scales, but they kind of should be related. So you want to show how one relates to the other, then you can utilize the secondary axis.